There's a guy that he's close to the people who uh they made the combat for Streets of Rage 4.
Okay. Oh, yo, it's about to start now. Sorry. So go ahead. I hit button by accident.
But start now.
Yeah.
What
Sorry.
is up? What is up? Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host Louis Beans, and I'm here with Merc with the mic.
What is going on?
What is up? Chilling. Another Sunday, another podcast.
Yeah.
We're gonna have another verdict today. It's gonna be one for the history books. It's House of the Dead by Uwe Boll. Oof. No bueno. Uwe.
Sadly, it's one out of like 5 movies of his in this list of shit.
Yeah. And it starts off with he started off with a banger, right?
Yeah.
But also got a few little things to bring up that I find interesting this week. So I was about to tell you, there's a person, a YouTuber I follow named Tetsuo9999. That's a joke from KOF.
Okay.
He usually does beat 'em ups, and maybe I see they're in a different class, but they're like beat 'em ups, like the Dynasty Warriors style games.
Okay.
And mostly games that have combo potential, because if you go to his channel, it's probably just him just busting somebody's ass with combos and shit. And whatever game he plays, Devil May Cry, different PC games that you've probably never heard of. It's just he's kind of one of my portals into what I don't see in the mainstream.
Yeah.
So he's close, I guess, to the devs. Well, there's two that worked on Streets of Rage 4. One of them is called Guard Crush Games, and I believe they're primarily responsible for the fighting mechanics.
Okay.
And like the overall gameplay of the game. Because if I'm not mistaken, they're the ones that have the pedigree with the game named Streets of Fury EX.
Yeah.
Where it's like the real dudes walking around and it looks hilarious, but it actually plays amazing.
Yeah.
So what Tetsuo was pointing out was that they let him play, I guess, the upcoming build for I don't know what the number is going to be called. I guess patch 1.0 or whatever for Streets of Rage 4.
Okay.
Which is cool that they're actually patching that game.
Yeah.
And it's like the thing I noticed that he had mentioned was that there's something called a burst, and so you might be familiar with it. I think it's in Dragon Ball Fighters.
Okay.
But it's also in Guilty Gear, and it's like it didn't have that name in older beat 'em ups, but the mechanic is, because I think a lot of people notice this, and it's like that's a flaw, I guess, that you will hold against this game.
Yeah.
Is that it didn't evolve in that sense, and that's that the burst attack, when put in a beat 'em up, is usually a way for you not to get comboed to death.
Yeah.
Because not specifically, because it can happen on lower difficulties, but there's usually not enough enemies to do that, to you. But when you play on like hardest and mania and stuff, it becomes a much more prevalent problem where enemies could just swarm you and then do one punch at a time, but it's like 7 of them.
Yeah.
And you just get stuck there.
Yeah.
And so what this allows now is it changes up significantly how the game's played, so that when you get hit by anything, you get hit in the air too, and it's funny when it happens. But if you have the health for it, you can do the special attack and you'll break out of it into the special and potentially, either knock the enemy away, or for some characters, you just start up another combo. So it's kind of like it's a burst in that sense, but I guess it's more dependent on the character.
Okay.
But it's actually really good.
That makes sense.
And I think it was needed. And also they're making changes. It seems like they're considering changing the boss armor and some of the enemies that have armor and stuff.
Okay.
Because it's like that. And I agree with anybody who criticizes it. It doesn't really make me like the game less.
Yeah.
But it's if you were to say it's not in the spirit of Streets of Rage, I would understand because Streets of Rage just doesn't do that.
Yeah.
It's not a game that has armor moves. You know what I mean? Like a character blocks or they don't.
Yeah.
So I get it. Um, and since there's no armor break system in the game, I guess they want to reduce the amount of moves and enemies that just have it outright. So I'm like, hey man, listen, that's cool. And it's just a lot of little touches. Cherry, one of the characters now, like they said they just upped her damage overall, so now the character does way more damage than she did before. And
Okay.
I don't know if you're like already there's combo videos and stuff, but like just the amount of crazy stuff you could do with her is like nuts. And to think that she could do more damage is like, oh man, come on. Like, all right, you really want people to play this character now? Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm like, this is not like official because this is still under works. So he has like 2 videos showing some of the stuff. So I'll link those in the description for the podcast and whatnot. But it's actually really cool. It's cool to see that somebody's taking the game into consideration. You would think it would just be one and done. It's a beat 'em up. Like what the hell? You know,
Yeah.
you're not really gonna evolve the gameplay. You're not at least as of now, no DLC characters have been announced. So it's like if you think of it as a standalone product and people liked it, you know, you would think to yourself, why fix anything? So it's really cool that they actually are. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um, what you got, Mark? Anything else before we talk about
I
the
got
movie?
the Wave 5 of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection in the mail this week, which I'm a little happy about. Which consists of Billy, the Blue Ranger, West, the Time Force Red Ranger, what else was in it? The Gold Ranger, Triforium, and the Ranger Slayer, the pink Ranger from the comic book. I think right now she's my favorite figure that came out.
Mm-hmm.
She looks pretty fucking badass with the black and pink and shit. It looks like Bret Hart kind of style, and I love it.
Is she a unique figure? Have they never made a Ranger Slayer before?
No,
Is it like the first one?
this is the first figure of Ranger Slayer.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
And she looks pretty dope. Let me see if I can send you a picture of it so you can actually see it in your eyes.
Do you know how old that character is?
Since the comic came out, so maybe like maybe 4 years, 3 years old.
Wow. Okay.
No,
That's interesting.
probably less than
That's
that.
cool. Less than that. Okay.
Because she came out during the Lord Drakkon.
Oh, that was wow. There was never. Wow. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, and like she's a character in the current comic.
That is a popular character then because she's in it. Not only is she in the game, she has a figure already.
Yeah, she's in the Battle of the Grid.
And she's actually pretty good too.
Yeah. I sent you the pic of the figure.
Mm-hmm.
Just the detail, the cape, and how they did the whole thing looks pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad they didn't have a Kimberly face for this one. But the other one was kind of hideous, so I'm like, I understand. But she kind of looked different in the comic book. That's the reason why I was like, I'm surprised they didn't put her head there.
Okay. Got you.
She had kind of like a punk rock, like a cut short hair and shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the figure looks dope. Like the black and pink looks sick. The Ranger helmet looks sick. It's pretty much has almost the same stuff as Kimberly. So if you bought the Kimberly, like the bow and arrow and things like that, but at least hers has like the ridges and shit, so it looks pretty dope.
Is it a custom weapon for the character? Like
Yeah,
if you,
her bow and arrow had like ridges, like sharp ridges and shit on it.
like because does she have like melee attacks and stuff that you see, or she shoot people with it only?
She'll shoot people with it, but she
Okay.
does use it she uses it like a sword.
Oh, she does. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense then.
And then the West looks solid. Time Force West. Gold Ranger, they already did Gold Ranger. They just changed the head. So this is the same exact figure of the Gold Ranger and the San Diego Comic-Con one. It's just a different head.
Okay, cool.
Same exact figure. So I feel like, fuck you. Billy, again, I say his glasses are weird, but other than that, I'm very happy with the figure. It looks pretty dope.
Good.
So that came in the mail. I'm actually happy with it. There's talks that they are going to release more coming later this year, so they might have a event when the new season when they start the new season of Power Rangers. They may have it coexist and then announce the new figures.
All right. That's that's what's up actually, because I mean they've been knocking them out of the park so
Yeah.
far. So good.
One thing I heard that Hasbro been talking about, because I actually was watching their press conference thing that they did maybe like 2 weeks ago. They were announcing all the figures that are coming and things like that. That's when they announced like the Zordon head with Alpha 5 and the Green Psycho and things like that. So there's a poll up on the Hasbro of what
Mm-hmm.
non Power Ranger series we like to see in the Lightning Collection. I 100%, no hesitation, put Dire Ranger. I want to see Dire Ranger as a figure in the American line. That will be sick. The Red Ranger itself looks sick. So that's the one I would like to see. But
How recent or how old is that one now?
Dire Ranger is the second season of Power Ranger. So that'll be 94.
Okay, so that's the. I'm trying to remember what they.
The Dire
'Cause remember,
Rangers
I'm
are
trying to keep up
the.
as well.
So the
So
White Ranger.
the one that matches him. Okay, I got you.
Those are the ones I want to see.
Wow, they've never actually made. Ooh,
Not in America, because they never
America.
were
Yeah, yeah,
characters
yeah.
in America. They did show up in the Megaforce, like when they were changing the Power Ranger suits and shit. They were one of the legendary suits.
Oh, really?
They did show
Wow.
up as Dire Rangers, so I actually was happy that American actually did that. But
Mm-hmm.
I will love, if even if it's just one Ranger, I will love to see the red Dire Ranger as a figure, because I
Okay.
want the other figure that they have, the Bandai Namco one. And I
Mhm.
should have bought it when it was like $30. I kick myself every single day, because right now that shit goes for $130.
Oh man, that's what it is.
That's the Ryu Ranger, which I really want that one. I would like to see him. So I hopefully they go with that and actually do it. But they did have a list of all the ones that never was seen in America, and you
Mhm.
got to choose which one. Dire Ranger was my number one pick.
Yeah. Okay, I could definitely
Yeah.
see that.
So that'd be cool.
I would still say VR Troopers. Who owns that?
I think they're under the same category, but I don't think they will launch. You know what? It might change, because they just introduced a character from that series into the Beast Morphers.
Oh well,
Like
that's a small
recently,
world.
like the last
Yeah.
couple episodes, they introduced this new character, and he's from the lore of VR Troopers, like the Japanese version.
Mhm.
He's like a current version of the VR Troopers kind of thing,
As
and they
in,
just
is he
introduced him.
he's a hero?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So they just introduced him into the Beast Morpher show. So that happening, I'm like, all right, I could actually see VR Troopers being a role, and maybe being like part of the lore kind of thing, like the Mask Rider being part of the lore and shit too.
Why not? But I just want. I would like somebody to do justice to those outfits. They were actually really cool,
No one could.
regardless of what the show looked like.
Nobody could do justice to those outfits. Those outfits were fucking ugly.
No, I thought Ryan Steele's red side, blue side was cool as hell when I was a kid. I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you looked at it now?
I have to have seen it recently. Didn't we bring it up?
Yeah.
When we were like, oh, it was one of the series that I was gonna go. Is it Tubi or
So,
Shout Factory that has that?
Oh, well, I think Netflix has VR
Oh,
Troopers.
but what about the Japanese one? Does anybody have that?
There's a chance that Tubi has it. I'm not 100% sure, but I know they're gonna start having them on there.
Because that's what my plan was, to look at those recently, because
Mm-hmm.
thankfully we have access because of Shout Factory and Tubi
Yes.
to see all that stuff for the price of zero legally.
Mhm.
So I was hoping that one of them had that as well. I mean,
Yeah.
I hope it comes sooner than later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I like. You know what? I wouldn't. You know what? The thing is with the Lightning Collection, I would not mind if they given out the box of not just Rangers.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't mind, especially if like there was a team. Like that's the only thing that I will say Power Rangers. They probably won't do anything with that. Is the fact that they never really had a team up with the Power Rangers.
Mhm.
If they would have had a team up with the Power Rangers, I could actually see it. I could see Mask Rider being a figure. because he was
Yeah,
a
but
team up.
then I would just want them to make just comment writer stuff,
Yeah,
and then make all the stuff from the GIF account on on Twitter,
yeah,
because I don't know if you saw the last one I sent you,
yeah. It
where
was dope.
the dude got swatted out of the sky when he
Dude,
did
you
his
saw the
diving
Wolverine
part.
looking motherfucker? I just posted that one that he had like fucking claws and shit. And he was just fucking everyone up.
I'm just saying, like those are hilarious. I was
Yeah.
like,
I
the
would like to
best.
see a lot of these things. Like honestly, if the Lightning Collection could go out that box and actually make like VR Troopers and things like that, I'm 100% for it. I will buy them because I buy all the characters, so I will definitely buy them. I won't say
Yeah,
no to them.
yeah.
It would be cool. And you can actually
That's
put Ryan Steele's head on the White Ranger where he was supposed to be.
oh no. Well, I mean, what you
Ryan
mean his
Steele was
human
originally
head,
supposed to be
right?
the White Ranger.
I mean, his human head, right? Not
Yeah.
the okay. I
And
was
then
thinking you put the VR Troopers helmet on the Power Ranger suit.
well, they did use the Red Ranger's helmet when they went VR.
Wow,
They
you're
use
right.
yeah, they
I have to
all
go
the
back and watch
Transformers
that. See,
helmet.
I see. I do have to go, but it's bad.
It's really
VR
bad.
Troopers is actually bad. I remember
It's
watching the show.
we watched it drunk one night. Me and Tommy, after we finished casting, we watched it really drunk, and it was like, "Oh, we gotta do this." And we watched like the first 5 episodes. It was like, "No, we don't need to do this." I was like, "Yo, that talking dog, I want to punch in the face eventually." Like, I hate
Oh
that.
my. See, look, listen. The more you bring up of this show, the more I remember how bad it was. I forgot about Jeb, the talking
Yeah,
dog.
and then he had like
Man.
a the random the black guy in the computer world and shit.
Yeah, man, but that they had a talking dog.
Yeah, yeah,
Man, what the hell was that show? It was bad. See, that makes me even more amped to see the original Japanese, just so I can know if it's as weird, if not weirder.
Nah, you know for a fact that it's gonna be a better show. Like I know for a fact it's gonna be more mature. It's gonna
Oh,
have more
I
of a story.
well, I don't doubt that the subject matter will probably be better and
Yeah,
better handled and better acted. But I just, what, like, the damn it, what is the one we watched? The beginning, Zoo Ranger, right?
yeah,
Zoo Ranger's still kind of, loopy and
hmm
stuff. It's still weird.
yeah,
It's just, I wonder if that's gonna be as weird as something like a talking dog.
yeah,
Damn it.
yeah. Talking dog. Like again, a lot of those weird characters too are only mainly for America.
And it's just why? Why the hell? Why did it? Oh, can you tell me what you thought of when you thought of robots? You didn't think talking dogs, did you? Not me. Not
Yeah,
a cool cyber suit. I didn't need that.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah. Toshisatsu owns VR Troopers, so it could be something possibly.
I hope so. I hope
Because
so.
it's under the same umbrella as Power Rangers.
Okay, got you. Got you.
Yeah, so trying to find the name of it. So you got it.
Oh man,
Metal Heroes.
that's the original translation of the name.
Yeah, I know it's called something different, but Meddler. That's what it's called.
Metalar. Okay. All right.
Konjoki Meddler. That's what it's called.
So I might just have to look that up.
Yep.
It's probably on YouTube.
It probably
Just
is. You probably have someone that has it on there. But yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't pass it by like them doing it right now. Like the only my little gripe with the Lightning Collection is that they're redoing a lot of figures, and that's kind of like I'm kind of getting annoyed of that. Like you got 2 Gold Rangers, you have 3 Cycle Rangers. You're just using the same body and just changing the color.
Gotcha.
Shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It's
too much of that.
laziness in that sense. Lord
get
Zed, he's in a box set. Like we got Lord Zed already.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
those are my little gripes with it. Other than that, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I could see like just too much reusing things being an issue.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, okay, for instance, with the Gold Rangers, what would you? I don't know. What would your different Gold Ranger be? Like
I would
ideal,
I would have
ideal.
made it more gold ish.
Okay.
Like I would have gave it more of a shine to the gold and at least make it a little stand out a bit differently than the one that came with San Diego Comic Con. Or even that one being more like metallic gold and shit and more shinier because it looks like mustard.
Damn. All right. So I know exactly what
Yeah.
you mean when you say that in action figure speak.
Yeah.
So the golden mustard look, yes, I
Yeah,
get that.
so I will say I will change that. Other than that, the figure looks cool, but I will change that. I like the fact that the single figure has Triforion and is not
Hmm.
Jason. I thought it was just going to be Jason. But the fact that they added in Battle of the Grid that the Gold Ranger is Trey, I was like, all right, that's cool.
Okay.
Like, the Gold Ranger is not Jason, it's Trey. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, but the Psycho Rangers, the blue, red, and green are all the same figure, just different weapons.
Mm, okay.
There's no
Gotcha.
difference in the Psycho like helmet or anything. They all have the same helmet.
Got you. Okay.
So that's kind of like lazy in that sense.
Okay.
And then
I see.
they're gonna probably release the black, the pink, and yellow separate.
Yeah. I get you. Mm.
But yeah, other than that, like honestly, I bought two Psycho Rangers on GameStop. They were like $4.
Wow.
So I bought two
Okay.
of the blue Psychos. So I want to try to customize one.
Really?
I'll make the
I mean,
gold
well,
Psycho.
why not? Why not?
But yeah, but again, I like the figures. That's like the main figures I do collect. I did do WWE ones, but lately the WWE ones I slowed down, and I only honestly been picking up the women.
Well, hey, did you see Liv Morgan post? I think she got her new figure.
Yeah, I
The Chris
actually hers
Tony
is really good.
is good, but it's outdated.
Yeah,
I just thought that was funny. I know the technicalities
yeah.
of wrestling and whatnot, but I just just love that
Her
is current Liv Morgan that looks nothing like that figure she's holding. I'm like, oh, that's hilarious.
her elite looks better. It looks a bit more current than the basic that just came out.
Okay,
Her
all
elite
right.
is blonde, so it looks more. And hers looks really fucking good. Like her figure
No,
looks
that's the
pretty as
one.
hell.
That's the one she showed the picture of. The one
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
white Riot Squad shirt.
yeah,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, damn,
yeah. It
RP
is
Riot
dated.
Squad, huh?
Like so far, I found Billy Kay. I just ordered Peyton Royce. I got Alexa Bliss. I got Becky Lynch. I got Bailey. I got her Macho Man gear Bailey.
Oh wow.
I got Natalia. I got Charlotte. I got um Kari Sane. I have Asuka. I have Nia
Is it just
Jax.
one Oscar? There has to be a bunch of
Just two.
Oscars, right?
There's one
There's only
NXT one, and then there's one with the gold mask she wore. I think at WrestleMania.
there's only two Oscars.
There's only
That's
two
a
Asuka.
crime.
Asuka is very Toyetic. Like I'm surprised that there's only one Asuka.
She
Like
has she has so many different colors and schemes.
yeah.
Jeez. All
And I got
right.
Nikki Cross,
Oh, is there only
NXT.
one of her too?
Yeah, the NXT figure.
Wow, that's a shame.
The
Where's her
Sanity.
current one? Come on,
Yeah. And
get on the
then
ball, guys.
Alexa hasn't had a new figure in a while either. But then again, her last figure looked pretty terrible. The one in the suit and shit, like yeah, her face looked terrible.
Oh,
The one I have is pretty nice. It's with the Raw title.
okay.
So I've been
Okay.
actually like really collecting the women. I wanted to see if I could get all the women. I got Bianca Belair too. That was the other one I got.
Oh, really?
Hers is a basic though. It's not elite.
Hmm. Okay.
But it was her first figure, so I was like, I gotta get it. My girl wanted it too, so I got her one.
Nice.
So yeah. Other than that, yeah, that's with
That's
my
that.
limits of my figures and shit. Now we gotta go into the shitty movie.
Now
So
I know what you meant when you told me earlier that Ron Howard's little brother was in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know which character he is,
Yeah,
and it makes it even funnier
yeah,
because he's a little hunchback
Yeah.
boatman
yeah.
that you see in the beginning of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. So this is House of the Dead, and it came out in October. Oh well, excuse me. Let me just put the entire date because it has it here. October 10th, 2003. in the U.S. Does not say anywhere else, which is interesting because Uwe Boll, I think he's what, German,
German.
and what, does he just make movies for here?
No, the release it was October. You said October or December?
It says October on
Yeah,
uh IMDb here.
yeah, October.
Uh, but like I find that odd. Is there no other international release for this movie? Does nobody else want his?
They know
They're
about
just
him
like,
already.
nah, I don't want it. Mm-mm.
This movie, man.
The rest of the world knew something that we didn't. Um, so what is there to say? This I'll give you the synopsis I'm giving here on IMDb. A group of college students travels to a mysterious island to attend a rave, which is soon taken over by bloodthirsty zombies. So, that's pretty much, it's very accurate.
Yeah.
Not much to this movie, but I did want to take the time out to at least see if there was something that it related to the game that it came from. Um, so the information on the game, House of the Dead 1, right? Released September 13th in Japan, 96. It says worldwide was March 4th, 97. So this movie is based on a light gun game from the mid to late 90s. So this is what we're working with. Um, also, that's pretty popular, right? Pretty much everybody's at least seen it once if they've ever
I feel
gone
like
to
everyone has played it at least once, especially like if you
the
go
old
to arcade.
arcades. If
Yeah.
you've gone, because I can't say that now for people who are at least like 20, maybe you wouldn't have seen it. I would think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like arcades was a pretty big ass deal. Still is in Japan. Unfortunately, now not. Hey, what
Yeah.
can you do? But it was probably one of the few games where I would be, if I saw it in an arcade, I would just head right over to it. Like I didn't really get too much into Time Crisis.
Yeah.
I didn't play any other gun games, although I did think that that one with the sniper rifle was funny.
Oh,
Just because, do
was
you
it
know what it was? Like Silence? Oh, Silent
Sound
Scope.
Scope? Yeah.
I thought Silent Scope was hilarious because it has the dynamite cop type of
Yeah.
hostage situation. Help me! It's really exaggerated and stupid.
That's what we need. We need like a Dynamite Cop remake.
Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Or Die Hard the movie, Die Hard the arcade
I
game.
don't think they could get the rights for Die Hard, so I'll say Dynamite Cop
Yeah, no, sure. Dynamite Deca.
or
Um,
Dynamite Deco and Streets of Rage 4.
yeah. Why not? Why not?
No.
I know there's a game called The Beatdown, which is kind of it's a it's a little funky looking
Yeah.
because of the art style. It's more 3D than it is anything.
Yeah.
So it has like this weird 3D, 2D look going on with it. But it's actually super competent, but it's kind of more leaning towards the final fight side of things, not so much the music driven things.
Yeah.
Like it actually, funny enough, I say that, but Yuzo Koshiro actually did a song for it,
Yeah.
and it came out this past week. So I mean, hey, you check that out because I hear it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
yeah, I would like a final fight. I
Yeah.
like a new final fight. Why not?
This anyway. Back to this. This.
Yeah. Well,
This
okay.
movie.
So the scene is this is based off of a '90s arcade shooter that was moderately popular. And I say that because it has like 6 sequels. I
Yeah.
don't, there are a lot of House of the Deads,
Yeah.
like even up to the newest one
They
being
even have
kind of
the
recent. I think
type
like
of
the
the
newest
dead.
new one.
They even have a fucking keyboard game type of the dead.
Oh, Typing of the Dead. Yeah, man, they need to bring that Typing of the Dead too. It's real good. Well, I mean, I think it's 1 and 2 in that game. Um, but there's not really much here. The story of this game, let's see.
It's very Resident Evil-ish.
Um, so yeah, I guess so, right? That was the thing. Biochemists, geneticists, and okay, that's funny. So I'll read the plot. The renowned biochemist and geneticist Roy Curian becomes obsessed with discovering the nature of life and death. While supported by the DBR Corporation and its own team of scientists, Curion's behavior becomes more erratic and his experiments take a gruesome turn. The Curion Mansion in Europe, which serves as his home and laboratory, experiences an outbreak. So, uh, in the very beginning, I don't know which game came out first. This says I might have to look and see who stole who.
Resident Evil came out first.
What do you see? What year it came out? Because if it says
95.
96, okay. So basically, it's a ripoff of Resident Evil. That first paragraph is almost if you change Roy Curian to the guy Spencer, I forget his first name. It's almost the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And if you change the DBR Corporation to Umbrella Corporation, it's almost one for one. Curian Mansion in Europe is the Spencer Mansion in Europe in Raccoon City. Like
Yeah.
this is making me mad. I'm not reading any more of this shit. Hell no. So now I'm not even happy about this movie because
Wait,
first off, it's based on a
what
ripoff.
month it came out?
House of the Dead came out September 13th.
This came
It's
out March 22, 1996.
same year.
Same year. But I'll say Biohazard came out maybe a little earlier.
Yeah, because
No, it came out only a week early. It was only a week difference.
Oh, really? Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. But, Japan, what's going on, Japan?
Honestly, I would say it pretty much it ripped off basically any zombie movie kind of like story arc.
But hold on. Only reason I want to say is, remember the time period? There weren't that many zombie things when those two movies came out that were
Yeah.
doing the lab angle.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like I know we had zombie culture has been established. It's just a thing. Romero and then anything else, it existed, but the scientists with the mansion and the zombies and the outbreak, that is a specific time and place where that started to become a thing, which was I guess the mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
But what you're telling me about the dates between Resident Evil 1 and House of the Dead is just making me just, what the hell? Wow. Like, I wonder if they made this game in 2 months. They just stole a story and made a game. Like, I wonder how long House of the Dead was in development. So it said it started in 95. It took 1 year and 3 months to make this game. What do you think about that, Mark? I want to ask you, do you think they stole a story from Capcom? Because I'm finding
they're a little too similar. You know what? I will say they're a little too similar to each other. But at least House of the Dead went to like a light game route instead of doing like the third person route.
But you didn't answer my. You did no.
They probably ripped at each other.
You can kick dirt on Sega. Sega's already known.
I love Sega. Leave Sega alone. Everyone ripped off them. Why can't they rip someone off at one time?
I mean, they made Sonic 3D Blast. Oh yeah, that was the thing that I heard. It popped up on my phone. Somebody made a 2D version of Sonic 3D Blast on PC. I might check that out. So.
Yeah.
The game made me sick. That's not fair.
This movie made me sick.
Yeah.
Fucking motion. Yo, I swear to God. If you're motion sickness, you will get sick watching this movie. Like Julio, I was like, yo, watch House of the Dead. Bet you get sick.
I got a little queasy when they started spinning and stuff. Yeah, it's not good. Not good. So, all right. So, you know what? I can't even give reference to the game. Screw it. The game's a ripoff.
Yeah.
The movie's it's got nothing to do with the game.
The fucking game. The movie did what the game did.
Some weird voodoo shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, the
mad scientist alone in the woods basically made an island full of zombies, and he's using them to keep himself alive. Is what the end plot is, and you don't find out until like the last 15 minutes of the movie anyway.
You just
this shit is nothing but a bad slasher flick.
It's not even a bad slash. I like bad slash. This was not even a. It was
But
just bad.
but the thing about this is I could clearly see what he's trying to go for.
Yeah,
It's just that he goes too hard on the wrong parts.
yeah,
He went not hard enough on finding good actors and actresses, and he went super hard on the party hard, boobies everywhere, and actual just gun porn. Just that scene. Yo, I did not know a shotgun was a rail gun.
oh
You saw when
yeah.
that black chick shot through the three zombies, right? Like
Only
you
when
saw the
she's in her
line.
hands.
And she switched guns mid-fight, though. I'm like, how they show her cock the pistol, which was a Desert Eagle, but was as small as a regular handgun. And then they show her shoot the shotgun. And I'm like, yo, but wait, nothing in this movie makes sense. None of it's, well, I can't really say that. A lot of what actually happens doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
There's a sequence of events, and if you really want to follow it and try to follow along and make sense of it, you can. But it's really hard to take these actors and actresses seriously. It kind of feels like a school project.
I'll tell you one thing. All these actors and actresses that are in this movie did not
Hmm.
leave sci-fi.
Well, I mean, at least they made the sci-fi though, right?
Besides,
They did.
fucking Ron Howard's brother, because that's Ron Howard's brother, and he puts him in everything that he does.
Well, he was one of the main characters that I remember from this movie,
Yeah,
positively or negatively, but still. And the captain, and his name was Captain Kirk.
yeah,
Did you catch that?
yeah.
Oh, it made me sick when I heard. I was like, wait, who's Kirk?
You know,
Oh, not
there
the
there was
captain.
there was like one scene with the guy named Rudolph. His name was
Which one was that?
of the.
I'm.
It was the main guy in the end. And he's the one that survived.
Oh, you talking about? Well, here's the funny thing. Okay, I read you that story for House of the Dead, right?
Yeah,
His character's name is Rudy. Is Rudy Curian.
yeah,
So he's the science. So he's related to the scientist who started this in the game?
yeah,
Question mark.
yeah.
Anyway, continue. Go ahead.
So like the way they introduced him, right? They had him say his name in such a dramatic scene, and I'm like, "What's your name mean to anything?"
And it's the game. That's why it's the game.
They're like, I feel like they had to like go to a screen of the game and point at him for me to understand what the fuck they were doing about the scene, because I had no clue. Like, what makes you important? What? Because your name is Rudy? Who the fuck names a kid Rudy?
No, but see now you just made me realize. Oh, don't say that. We have a best friend named Rudy. Stop
Yeah, you did.
that.
Rudolph.
No, his
Rudolph.
name is. He says
Yeah,
his name is Rudolph at the end of the movie too.
yeah,
But like the funny thing is, you mentioned that, and thankfully I looked that up. Is that his last name is of significance, but again, it's only for House of the Dead nerds.
yeah,
So again, he thought he was playing to a massive audience by doing that with no explanation of who anybody is.
yeah,
It's just it. I mean, it does the fake out with the main characters. Well, you hear him talking,
yeah,
but then it goes into the other people. So at that point, you're thinking it's a story about these four party goers. You get the whole story of them, and it's just leading up to them slowly dying until it's just
yeah.
him left. What is terrible the entire way.
Just,
The number one thing that I thought was completely just um it just showed like how poorly everything was planned out, at least on the survivors' behalf.
yeah,
Was just like half the times they died, it was literally just them standing next to a zombie
yeah,
and just not turning around. And then the other 50% of the time is somebody shooting another zombie and a zombie's behind them not looking at them. It's just so inconsistent. It's This whole movie is inconsistent.
yeah,
But I'll tell you what's consistent is that it's bad.
yeah. It's
It's
consistently
fucking
bad.
bad.
The cop coming in, the female cop coming in, and just had like this, I'm gonna take over kind of lines and things like that, and then you had like it was just, and then how all these dudes become like pros at fucking shooting things. Like it
Oh, that
beats
was my
me.
favorite part.
It was just like everyone like, yes, we got guns.
I love how, yeah. But okay, look, hold on a second. The thing that made me laugh was when they first brought out the guns, when the cop and the captain started bringing out the guns, right?
Mm-hmm.
She gave the girl, the female lead, the gun, and she was like, I don't know how to use this. And she was like, take it. She was just like, and then you see the next scene is what you said. They all in the Matrix.
Yeah.
It's I see again. I don't know if it was meant to be funny, and that's the thing. This I kind of want to be able to have gone back into a movie theater
Yeah.
and like see what a crowd thought when they saw this.
Yeah.
Like I want to see when certain scenes hit,
Yeah.
because I would just be laughing the entire time. Like because that's the thing. It's taken seriously. None of this is in jest.
Yeah.
There is a movie. It takes its shit 100% serious. So every flip kick, every silicone filled breast, every every zombie jumping off a trampoline is taken 100% serious. It is awful.
Oh man.
But once you realize that, for me at least, it goes around and becomes hilarious.
Yeah.
And it stayed that way all the way to the end. And so I can't hate it. I can't hate it. Because at least the one thing it did, it gave you, all right, listen, we're gonna buy in, right? We're gonna take this ride. This is House of the Dead. Well, listen, you got your House of the Dead, you got your zombies, and you got your guns.
Yeah.
What else can I, and you even got a nod that wasn't so subtle, like actual screens of the video game being played. I thought that was a joke when I heard that.
And then the video games, the sounds, they used the video game sounds. Maybe that helped the budget. Like maybe they didn't have to pay for like sound editing and shit because they just used the sound effects from the game.
It's just so it's unbelievable, and this is why I say it feels like a high school project.
Yeah.
Like who does that?
Yeah.
It puts the clips of the video game inside the movie with no context. For all we know, if you're not a fan of House of the Dead, and you saw this, and you just, so what the hell was that? What was this? What am I watching? What?
You don't want you.
It don't
I
even
feel
look like the things you're showing me in the game that flash periodically. What is going on?
I feel that they're hoping that you played the House of the Dead game in the movie theater before you go see this movie.
Oh, you're completely right. Because that was at the time when that was 100% a chance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
in the lobby of the theater, there would be a machine. Right?
And you're like, oh shit, that's from the game I just played.
This is gross. Sega had a banner in that movie, and a topless woman danced to bad music, and it was just made me feel sad.
Yeah,
like damn man, Sega fell, man. Sega fell real hard.
It wasn't the best of times for Sega.
They fell real hard.
Because you remember that year also, Sonic 03.
Oh 06.
Oh, it was 06. So
06 is 06 is the one. That
well,
came
it was probably being made by that time.
Ooh,
it was brewing.
Bad time.
This movie was.
This was post Dreamcast, so they was probably just trying to do anything.
Yeah, they was trying to make anything, and that's how he got most of the rights because he had money. Like he had the money to pay for these rights.
Yeah, the other thing is just that this existed at a time when video game movies were taken as a joke.
Yeah.
And you had people like this guy making these movies. I don't know if he thinks they were serious.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear him at least say what he was thinking when he made it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to have him explain the whole movie to me, but what exactly were you think? Can you think you can remember?
I'm like, did you play the game?
What were the drugs you were on, sir?
Are they good? Oh man, like the freaking the chick with the stars and Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, Liberty, yes.
Her fight scene was. I think that her fight scene was funny. Yeah, so
it was hilarious.
Yeah.
See, but look, it was shot serious.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying. It wasn't done in a comedic way.
yeah.
So I would love to know what an audience thought when that popped on the screen.
You know,
I was
man.
dying.
So I posted up that I was watching this movie, and I posted up the video. I actually caught it on the screenshot of the House of the Dead part when they were
Mhm.
shooting and shit.
Okay.
And my boy was like telling me, shout outs to my boy Aaron. He did the Babel a long time ago. Anyway, he was telling me that he paid full price for these movies, and I was like, "How do you feel after paying full price for the movie?" He was like, "Yeah, I felt cheated so bad." I was like, "You know what it did? It did exactly what the game does. It eats your fucking money."
Wow. Okay. Yep. You,
That
sir,
game
have come
ate
with the
your
best
money.
description. The best description of this movie. If you paid for it, it ate your money.
Yo, it's that game literally ate your money. Like honestly, you died fast, and then you played again, and usually that game was at least $1. At least, if you
At
go to
least.
a fancy theater, it would be like $3.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Yes,
go
sir.
to like Chinatown Fair and shit, that was $1.
Oh man, yeah,
So
yeah.
it did what the movie, it did what the game did, and just take your fucking
It took your
take your
money,
damn
man.
money.
It took
Took
your
all your
money.
money.
Yeah, I can't listen. I could sit here and then trash it all day, or just tell you very honestly how bad this movie was.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you described it the best. It just took your money. He took people's money. Him and that group of actors and actresses, they just got on screen and took people's money.
And they never went back to a theater movie ever again. They all were in like sci-fi movies and shit.
Yeah,
Like the main
man.
actress, I just looked her up and she did like mad sci-fi movies.
I mean, well, good on her. She found her niche. She found
She
her
found it.
lane,
Yeah,
and she stayed in it.
yeah,
But yeah, they just took people's money.
yeah.
Mm.
Wait, what's the verdict of this movie? 1 to 5.
Uh, how I feel about it, I would say it's a one. It was awful. There's nothing I could really say about it that would make me want to recommend anybody watch this except for like science. How does this make you feel? Is about the extent of what I would say. That's it. But because I thought it was hilarious most of the time and nothing made sense, so I'm all in for stupidity like that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see how it was going to get from point A to point B.
Okay.
It made it. It made it. It didn't just stop halfway.
Okay.
Um, I don't like this movie less than Mortal Kombat Annihilation though, and I gave that what, a one.
Yeah.
So I give this a two.
Give it a 2.
I give it a two.
I'm giving it a 1. It's gonna be tied with Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Like it, I cannot not give that a 1. This movie was shit, and I'm mad that we have 5 more of his fucking movies in this list.
It is what it is. This is the world we live
I'm going through this, and I'm like, why are we doing this? And why, like, we not love ourselves? And apparently we don't.
in. But at least we didn't pay for his movie.
Yes, we did not pay for his movie. So I'm gonna put this under Mortal Kombat too.
Oh, you don't like it? Wow.
I'm gonna put this under Mortal Kombat too.
Okay. Okay.
Just cause, like, yeah, I can't.
Listen, I understand.
Yeah,
It is not good. I will not fight I will not be fighting for this movie.
yeah. It was really bad, and I think at least with Mortal Kombat, I got some. Not even. I'm not gonna like. See, I can't even defend that movie because that movie was shit as well. And I'll just put the slightly good thing that came out of that movie, which was not much. Honestly, I don't even have a argument for that movie anymore either.
Damn.
I think they're both fucking terrible. But I think this one, I like this one less than Mortal Kombat.
Okay. Gotcha.
That I think that was my only thing. So that's where we kind of drift off on the countdown.
Okay. All right.
House of the Dead.
I could dig it though, but yeah, man, you will not catch me fighting for this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Tomb Raider 2 was there. So next week we have Resident Evil Apocalypse.
And that's not as bad as this movie, so
No.
it's okay.
Yes, okay. So we got at least somewhat of a better movie going into the next one. This is to be the second movie of the Resident Evil. We have like another 4 more of those to go through as well because they all came out in the theater, so that makes it part of the countdown.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank God, Blood Rain 2, House of the Dead 2, all that shit did not come out in theaters, and that don't make our list. Thank
Yeah.
God.
But we still have to suffer once for Blood Rain 1.
Well, we
And
got 5
4
other
more
of his
times
damn
after that.
movies. Alone in the Dark. We have Alone in the Dark. We have Blood Rain. We have Postal. We have Far Cry, and we have one more of his.
I think Gary Coleman's in Postal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Postal. I think Postal. I think was the one of his movies I didn't mind.
Really? You saw it already?
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw it a long time ago. Because the
Gotcha.
dude, the guy that main actor in it, he was in a show called Titus.
Okay.
He was the brother in Titus, and I thought he was funny. So,
Got you. Okay.
so our list so far, my list is Mortal Kombat, Super Mario, Double Dragon, Street Fighter, Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, Tomb Raider 2, Ring Commander, MK2, and House of the Dead. Yours is the same thing, but the opposite: House of the Dead, then MK2.
Yes.
So that's our list. Next week, Resident Evil Apocalypse. The following week, Alone in the Dark. And then we'll finish off June with Doom.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. So, I guess we'll wrap this up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you check us out anywhere and everywhere, Red Cyclone Inc. And that's YouTube and SoundCloud, where you can also hear the Wrestling Babble podcast. And check us out on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, WordPress, and the Facebook group. And that's all Red Cyclone Inc. So no excuses. Where you at, Merc?
Follow me on all social medias. I'm on YouTube, Twitch TV, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, SoundCloud, and yeah, all Mark with the Mic. Follow our Facebook pages, the Red Cyclone Inc. and the Wrestling Babble pages. Follow all our other podcasts. We have the Morphin Cast, the Not a Trekkie, Shell Shock, and the Game of Rage podcast. Shell Shock and Not a Trekkie have new episodes this week, so definitely check those out as well. Attack of the Clones and our Shoot the Shit on the first 3 movies. Definitely check those out. They're fun conversations. Follow everything we do. We do a lot of content. Follow the Omi We Should 3 playthroughs. I actually been watching them because I missed that game, and you got me like I'm actually watching the full video, so it's taking me a bit more time, but I'm watching the full video.
More the merrier.
Definitely check those out. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Stay safe out there, y'all.
Yes,
Sure
stay safe.
You fight that injustice. You fight the good fight. Don't hurt people.
Yes,
But don't let people be out there hurting you.
exactly.
So that's it.
Peace out,
That's
laters,
in sandwiches now, right?
and don't watch this fucking movie.
Don't do it to your